Alright, 3, 2, 1.
When you look back in the video, you're gonna laugh. 20 years as if your head was gonna fall off.
Oh my goodness.
Like one light bulb.
Light bulb, bro.
Unscrewing the light bulb. Yeah, you didn't get it in.
I don't really care,
it's
man.
alright,
I
turn
think
around.
we should just start, you know.
Yeah,
I think we should just start. Yeah.
Alright, 3, 2.
Have to get the last word.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna
Rewatch.
I'm gonna allow you go tonight, people.
No, you sound like a puppy, Tonya.
Hey guys, what's good? It's Ubunifu.
Space!
So today we are going to go to Kenya.
Sorry.
So this is like a new sort of like wave coming out of Kenya. So like it's like these youth that are just coming out and making out their new own videos, like sort of like how grime was back in the day, like DIY kind of thing, like not even trying to like try and get like the top sort of like video producers stuff. They're just going out with friends and just filming and putting stuff out. The sound is called gengetone or something, so it's sort of like a mix of reggaeton and dancehall and Afro house kind of thing. But it's very ratchet, so it's literally about weed, sex, all of that kind of thing. So
Interesting.
it's mad. So this song is by a group called the Sailors. It's called Wamlambez. The song is basically like in Sheng, which is like a slang.
Sheng.
Yeah, it's slang in Kenya. So like you got Swahili and you got Sheng, which is like a slang. So Wanyamles means lick. So like lick the pussy.
Oh.
Lick
Yeah.
the
The
pussy.
pussy.
So,
The pussy.
Yeah. So the piece made up Milka Baby, Shikaido, Masilva, Lexi Young, and Caucus Juma. So I tried, sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong in information.
So they consider themselves individual artists as
They're
well as
individual-
the...
I know there's a group called the Sailors, but that's
Sorry.
I tried.
So this is basically a whole new scene, whole new
Yeah, it's
artist.
just a whole new scene, whole new genre
Interesting.
coming out of Kenya of young guys just doing their thing. So yeah, without further more to do,
Right.
click play. What's that? Coco Juma.
Looks like it should be. It should like it should be on World Star.
Oh, wow.
Also, sorry, when they say Wanyames and Wanyomes means suck, so suck the dick. So it's like a
Oh,
chant.
wow.
It's like a big chant kind of thing.
Intense.
Oh, hold on. It's gonna be hard.
I just didn't even look.
Even look. Yeah.
So-
All right. Yeah. So
So one man
Wanyambez
bears means lick the pussy, and then one man balls means suck the dick.
Wanyomes means suck. Yeah.
Is it suck the dick, suck the
Oh, it just
pussy,
means
or
suck.
is
It
it
means
just
suck.
Are you just adding
No,
extra
no, no.
to the
It
story?
means suck. I've been told it means suck, so it could mean whatever, innit? But the person said Wanyames means suck the
Flipping
pussy,
hell,
so
man.
suck must mean.
Get move on.
Alright, cool.
We need to say this is
for the-
X-rated before because we've got little ones listening to this and we can't talk about sucking the pussy. The little
X-rated.
ones. Suck. We should declare it before. Suck it.
Yeah,
All right.
to do like a
Okay.
warning, innit?
Yeah.
Before.
Okay. Let's play it.
Oh, this is so serious. This whole video.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's when you say lip, right?
Yeah.
They seem mad free, you know? That's what I like about it.
Usioni nimefinjika kulikuwa na kaja mfulani bad tumekaa pita pewa tozi kuna ice twende dance flow na tukatoka umefunga nimefunga yo kizinga inatoka chini
Hot girl summer boy, innit? City girl summer boy.
inaanza kukuza kuna plan na kudama ni kushike fiki wa high chal kika kwenye mic na zitama kwenye flow na wabamba mipanduru ni bashoni flow ni bashoni flow
Oh, they look so young.
So young.
You know me, I'm the skip on a bigger vision, on a bigger mission. Chop a gym, got the weight, for a little no more weight. Cheers to the fake, I'm too hot, thinking fake. Wamlambez lolo, nikawasha kolo, nikakema lolo, wakabaki solo, nimepiga kuni, nikapiga ndoro, ninakema heni, wanakema ndoro, machozi kwa rada, nikaniwa solo, nimetikirada, wote ni mabako, asiko bako, tumetetemesha wote wakatema, tonga hadi ikalia, hadi ikatema, buda amezima ndani ya kisima, aki hit so right, you can call me Mr. Right down and up, I can pick it up, baby, drop it, them off, wanna see you on the bus, so know you sweet, like the way your mama cook, keep your hands to yourself, never dare take my seats, nigga, I can pop you off. Nigga, I can pop you off. Ha ha ha, Timemarat.
Wow.
Okay.
So what's the name of this new wave from these guys?
It's called Gengetone. So Genge was a genre in Kenya back in the day, in like the 2000s.
Right.
And like it was quite prominent. It was like very street sound kind of thing, and it sort of died out like around 2006-7 kind of thing. But it sort of had like a rebirth of like these art. Well, there's another group of artists that we'll see later that sort of brought the sound up, and now there's a whole mesh of artists that are coming through doing the sound like from the streets and whatnot, just putting out their sound, and people are connecting to it kind of thing. Like obviously you got the Sour Souls, which are more like the commercial, but yeah, people are connecting to sort of artists.
I'm just curious, yeah. What is that? Like, what is like the purpose behind? Is it like more of a no rules type of? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
it's
bad
like
boy type of
rebellion.
era, do you
Yeah,
know?
it's like a rebellion kind of
Yeah,
thing,
it's
rebellious
rebellion.
kind of sound sort of thing. So.
Okay.
Nice. Who's next?
That's it.
Sorry. I just want to apologise. I'm not being rude. I've ordered food and it's going to my house and not here. And I'm so hungry and it's jollof and I need the food.
Of course.
So that's the only reason I haven't been, like, I've been on my phone. I apologise. I've given it a 7. As everyone has said, the underground sound, the idea of these being very young guys coming together and expressing themselves, being creative, like we're all for it and it's really good, and the fact that there's a lot of people involved is fantastic. It's catchy and I feel like it's just one of those songs where you have to be there to get it, to really get it. So I feel like I've got it but I haven't really got it, and maybe I need to be there to understand it. So but it's a 7 for me and I want to hear more from them.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go. I want to give it a 6.5. I think it was a really interesting song. Obviously, the language barrier is a factor when it comes to this song because there was a lot that I didn't understand, and obviously you could see it in the breaks. I had to keep just asking questions generally. Obviously, it's been translated now, so it makes the song even more interesting to listen to because it's like, okay, when you're singing it, when you're not singing it in English, it's kind of like, it's quite vulgar, I would say. But then when you're singing it in a language, it's a lot more catchy. So, I mean, if I translate that into English and was singing it in English, it would sound a lot more like you wouldn't want to sing that out loud. But when you're singing it in another language, it makes it a lot more catchy and interesting to listen to. And I would happily just be singing that like to people, and no one will know what I'm talking about, but it'll be hilarious because I know what I'm talking. You get the point. But no, it's a great song. I like the fact that it's quite underground and it's quite a niche thing that people are doing in Kenya. Obviously, it's not any higher just because I guess I didn't connect to the song as much as other Kenyan songs that I've connected to in the past. But I think for what they're doing, they're young. You can see they're really young, and the fact that it's quite a cool new sound, I would like to see where it goes. So for now, 6.5.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm giving it a 9.
Of course, biased.
Yeah. I think generally
They would tell me the same thing.
it's a vibe.
Yeah.
Like it's a vibe.
Oh.
I think you need to look at it in the sense of, like I said, it's a new genre, new kind of
Yeah, I
artist.
was
Like you
gonna
need to
say
remember,
that.
like, let's say we go back to grime days. Remember, like, new brand flex. If you look at the video compared to like now, people say now, you're like, what the fuck was going on there? But it was a vibe. You're in the club, I said, ooh, Saskila. You weren't at the club, but we were in the playground, like doing.
We were
that
in
sort
the
of thing.
playground.
You know what I'm trying to say?
We were young.
And like, and that song, this song wasn't like a serious song. It was just a funny song, but it has those catchy parts where like, if you're out and about, and obviously people have connected to it, like you're seeing like the whole connection with how people are like, shouting out and about. So like, I like the fact that people are just doing the DIY things and doing their thing and not trying to conform to like standards that are put on the media, and just putting their stuff out there and seeing how people receive their quality. So shout out to those guys, because obviously they've got something good. Like they've got like over, I think, 2.3 million views in like a month. So like they're obviously doing something right. People are connecting to it. So yeah, I look forward to more of that. So that's a 9 for me. I'm not looking at the video quality per se. I'm just looking at more of like how the song is a vibe, and I can imagine at the club.
Okay, but question: would you say, okay, so you're saying that, oh no, like Grime Daily and whatever you were saying about Channel U and Rare Tear Tear and all that stuff, which I totally understand, but that was a whole different era. Number one, when camera stuff was not as accessible, everything was crap anyway. We're in a whole different era now. So what I'm saying is, I think the video is fine. I'm not even fussed about how the video is, but my thing is, would you still say the same thing if you like it's the same type of, it's amazing because it's nostalgic? What if they weren't trying to be that, number one? And two, what would you still say the same thing if it wasn't, if you didn't have those sentiments? Because it sounds like you're like, oh, well, we used to kind of look at that when we was younger and it was like fine, but we're now in a whole era where it's like quality in music videos is everything. So I'm just trying to figure out like how, if for example, what's their name, Sauti Soul were to do something where the camera quality wasn't as good, would you still say, oh well, it's amazing because it's still mine? That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, where
I guess at the end of the day, you've got to judge artists at where their levels at. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you need to look at in the sense of like, firstly, we're in completely different like continents and countries, so like standards of living are completely different. Where maybe young people here can buy like a video for 250, people there probably can't really afford that much to get a video out there quite a lot. So you need to look at that sort of thing. Then you also need to look at the thing of like they're new artists, they're just out here kind of thing. If Sauti Soul did something like that, then obviously you got to question it, because we've come accustomed to Sauti Soul, how the quality is. They're quite established artists, they're out there, so you would expect a certain level. Whereas these guys, I'm not looking at them to put out something of that sort of standard of quality, because they're still new, they're still fresh, they still need to get their people, they need to get their bag at the end of the day. But the fact that they can put something out like just off the bare works that they have put out to them, like they just written a hit and they've put a song together and then they put a video out which probably isn't the best quality, but the fact that it's a good song and that's what people connected to, that's what's put them on the map kind of thing. I have to respect that at the end of the day kind of thing. And that's why I go back to, I'm not looking at sort of the grime thing, but I'm looking at that was what it was like at the end of the day, back in the day. Like people couldn't get onto MTV Base, but they could get onto Channel U, and they had to put something together, a song that would catch the streets and stuff like that. and that's how people connected to them, and that's how we've come to know a lot of the artists that we know today because of their initial work back in the day. So
Of course.
where they are today could be a different story in 5 years' time. At the end of the day, everyone starts off as like a coming up rapper, and they're coming up artist. So
Yeah.
I respect it. They've put something good together. It's catchy. People connect, and that's the main thing as a song. And I connected to it to myself. So yeah, that's why I rated it as a 9.
Cool.
Cool. Swallow your saliva.
Guys,
Like
Swallow.
Nah.
Man took the biggest gulp of juice.
No,
Thank you
it's
for coming from my TED talk.
Before he started.
yeah, 10 to it's very true.
bro.
Then say the top.
Okay,
Yeah,
I gave
say
it
it then.
a 7.5.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to repeat everything Brian has said because I agree
Okay.
with most of it. But what I will say is, I think for me, what I really enjoyed about the song or the actual, I think pretty much the genre itself is the overall freedom. Because I feel like in like a lot of African countries, those topics are like taboo. So obviously people don't talk about them openly. Whereas what these guys are doing is that they're talking about it openly. So I think for me, in that sense, this is what I quite liked about the actual song and the genre. But obviously, I think in that sense where they've done it in like a comedic way, so obviously in that sense it comes across a lot better to us. So yeah, I think for me, that's probably why I'm giving it 7.5. Not because of the production, because obviously it's early stages and whatnot, but more so the intent behind the actual song. So yeah, 7.5 for me.
Cool. Giving it a 7. I hope you can see that.
No, it's over the camera. G.
Was it over the camera?
Yeah.
Cool. 7 there. Cool. So I'm giving it a 7. I liked the vibe of the song. Overall, the song was quite good. I like the beat. I like the flow as well. I like the vibrant creativity that they have, and like you can see that it's like the beginning of something new that they kind of got going on. So it's kind of dope to see, and yeah, I'll just have my ears out for them.
I gave this a 6.5. Yeah, I thought it was quite a comical video. But yeah, I don't really have too much to say, but it was just funny, really. I just thought it was just a funny song. But yeah, the second guy, his flow was pretty nice. I don't know what his name was. The guy that was chilling with the blue lights and the girl twerking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
He was hilarious.
Yeah, there was a bit of flow that I was digging, but yeah, obviously the language barrier, but obviously we know what the main keywords were. But yeah, 6.5.
Cool. So altogether, we're going to give it a 7. Keep suggesting songs. Check out our playlist in our description. And until next time, though, guys.
Hina madem wenye wanapenda chuma, maboy fiti wanapendanga kulima, dema kipita wanaguruma, akijipa wanapiga bila huruma, Miracle baby zime nice na chachisha,